Good morning/afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to dive into the topic of comprehensive crime scene documentation. This presentation will cover essential techniques and best practices to ensure accurate evidence recording and maintain legal integrity throughout the investigation process. I'm excited to share valuable insights that can help improve the way crime scenes are documented, ultimately supporting justice and the pursuit of truth. Let's get started. Recording at crime scenes is crucial because it preserves the evidence in its original state, which is the backbone of any investigation. Without accurate documentation, vital details can be lost or overlooked. By thoroughly documenting the scene, investigators can later reconstruct what happened, helping to piece together the sequence of events in a clear and logical way. This detailed recording also strengthens law enforcement efforts by providing reliable information that supports the case during prosecution. Moreover, the quality of these records is essential for courtroom reliability. Evidence needs to withstand careful examination and challenges from the defense. On the other hand, if records are inaccurate or incomplete, it risks compromising the entire investigation and can negatively impact the legal outcome. So, accuracy and thoroughness in recording are absolutely essential at every stage. When it comes to recording methods, there are four main types we rely on. First, notes are essential. They provide written records that capture our observations, the conditions we encounter, and our initial impressions. These are crucial because they help us remember details that might not be immediately obvious. Next, sketches play an important role. They are spatial diagrams that outline the layout of the scene, including measurements and the exact positioning of evidence. This helps us visualize the scene structure and relationships even after the fact. Then we have photography, which involves taking still images that document the scene's conditions, the evidence itself, and the spatial relationships between different elements. Photographs are invaluable because they provide a visual record that can be referred to later. Finally, videography offers continuous and dynamic recordings. Videos capture the scene from various angles, giving a more comprehensive view, and often include narration that highlights key aspects. This method adds context and movement, which can be very helpful in understanding the overall scene. Together, these methods ensure a detailed and thorough documentation. When taking notes, it's crucial to use standardized forms. This helps ensure that all important information is captured systematically, making the notes consistent and easy to follow. Next, focus on writing detailed descriptions that are objective and fact-based, steering clear of any personal assumptions or interpretations. Including timestamps with each observation or action is also important. This creates an accurate timeline, which can be vital for understanding the sequence of events. Be sure to record comprehensive details, such as who was present, descriptions of physical objects, environmental conditions, and any changes you notice. Finally, keep your notes well organized and clear. This not only helps you stay on track, but also makes it easier for investigators and legal professionals to review the information later. When sketching a crime scene, the main purpose is to create a visual aid that complements your notes and photographs, giving a clearer overall picture. You typically start with rough, initial sketches to capture the basic layout, and then move on to more detailed, scale diagrams that are precise and accurate. It's essential to include exact measurements to show how evidence and various features relate spatially within the scene. Using a legend helps explain any symbols and labels, and including a north arrow or other directional indicators ensures clear orientation. Finally, you want to highlight the location of critical evidence, entry and exit points, and fixed objects, as these details are crucial for reconstructing the event and supporting the investigation. Photography plays a crucial role in documenting crime scenes, as it preserves visual details that might otherwise be missed or forgotten. When capturing the scene, it's important to take photos in a particular sequence. Start with overview shots to establish the general context, then move to mid-range photos to connect details to the overall scene, and finally focus on close-ups to capture specific evidence. Using scales and evidence markers in close-up images is essential because they provide a reference for size, helping investigators understand the dimensions of the evidence. Additionally, maintaining an accurate photo log is vital. This log should include important information such as the time the photo was taken, the exact location, camera settings, and a description of the subject. Keeping these records ensures that every image can be reliably referenced and supports the investigation effectively. When using videography for crime scene recording, one of the main advantages is the ability to capture a continuous narrative. This means recording walk throughs that show the entire layout and conditions of the scene without interruption. As you move through the scene, it's important to provide real-time explanations. By narrating key pieces of evidence, spatial relationships, and observations as they appear, you give context that photos alone can't always convey. Videography also helps clarify aspects of the scene that might be difficult to describe with just notes or still images. Finally, it's important to remember that video doesn't replace photography, but rather complements it. Together, they offer a more comprehensive understanding for investigators and can be crucial during court presentations. When it comes to integrating technology and recording, digital audio recorders are incredibly useful because they let us capture clear and immediate verbal notes on our observations. This ensures nothing important is missed in the moment. Moving on, 3D laser scanners are amazing tools that create precise, three-dimensional models of a scene's geometry, allowing for in-depth analysis later on. Drones add another valuable perspective by providing aerial views. These can uncover patterns and relationships that are hard to see from the ground. Lastly, photogrammetry software takes images or scans and transforms them into detailed 3D reconstructions, which are great for both reviewing the scene and presenting findings effectively. All these technologies work together to enhance the accuracy and thoroughness of our documentation process. When dealing with evidence, one of the biggest challenges is preventing contamination. Even a small mistake in handling can compromise the integrity of the evidence, making it unreliable or inadmissible. It's absolutely essential to be meticulous and careful throughout the process. Another important point is ensuring that all records are complete and accurate. Missing information or errors can create gaps that weaken the investigation, so thoroughness is key. Working in less than ideal conditions, like poor lighting or cluttered spaces, can make it difficult to see and document everything clearly. We need to find ways to manage these challenges effectively to maintain the quality of our evidence. Additionally, when handling large volumes of data from various sources, organizing and keeping track of everything without losing or confusing information is critical. A clear system must be in place to manage all this data properly. Finally, it's vital to avoid subjective or biased descriptions. The record should remain objective and factual to maintain credibility and support a fair investigation. Staying neutral helps ensure that the evidence speaks for itself. When dealing with legal and ethical considerations, one of the most critical aspects is maintaining the chain of custody. This means carefully documenting and preserving evidence from the moment it's collected all the way through to its presentation in court, ensuring its integrity remains intact. Next, it's essential to follow the rules of admissibility so that the records and evidence we gather are accepted as valid during legal proceedings. Equally important is respecting the privacy rights of individuals involved or mentioned in the investigation, which helps protect their confidentiality and legal protections. Finally, all sensitive information must be handled ethically to avoid misuse or unauthorized disclosure, safeguarding both the investigation's credibility and the rights of those affected. These considerations form the foundation of responsible and effective investigative work. To wrap things up, it's essential to be thorough and consistent with all recording methods to prevent any gaps or errors in the data we collect. Relying on multiple complementary techniques, like notes, sketches, photos, and videos, helps create a more reliable and complete record. It's equally important to keep documentation clear, objective, and well organized so that everyone on the team, as well as legal stakeholders, can easily access and understand it. Finally, regularly reviewing procedures and providing ongoing training ensures that everyone stays proficient and follows the established standards. These practices together help maintain accuracy and integrity throughout the process.